To all you Christians out there, especially you 2/3 Christians out there, do thou understandeth what thou readest? Do you understand what you are reading when you are reading scripture? That's what the real question is. Because we in a time now, those excuses are done. If you don't understand what's going on, especially with Trump and his damn minions out here accelerating this party 2025, they about to get these digital IDs out and about to push that beast system. If you don't understand what's going on and you cannot connect those dots to scripture, that's not good. That is not good. This is the book of Acts chapter 8, and it's verse 30 right here. Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, Understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Shalom to the hopeful 144,000, Lord willing. I'm part of that grateful, glorious number, giving all praise, Yahawashi Shah. And I'm going to title this one right here. And I'm going to make this video short too. But I'm going to title this one right here. Do thou understandeth what thou readest? Do thou understandeth what thou readest? And I'm gearing this towards you 2/3, man. You 2/3, because you want the prophets of Yahawashi Shah to be wrong so bad, you know. And you claim that the spirit is on you by, quote unquote, Jesus Christ. There is no Jesus Christ. There is no Jesus Christ. Y'all are so brainwashed and y'all have that Stockholm syndrome, and it has fucked y'all up so bad, you know, that there's no way out of it. It's like you are in this mental bondage to where you can't break out of it. You know why? Because Yahawashi Shah has you in that mental state. He has you in that spiritual state because he don't want you knowing what's going on. Yahawashi Shah has to put the spirit on you to understand what is going on. But do you understand what you are reading? Because Yahawashi Shah has to put the spirit on you to understand. Like I was saying earlier, this digital beast system is supposed to be coming out next year because these devils, Esau Edom, they want everybody, you know, to have this beast system in place by April 2026. Do you know what that is, though? Are you able to connect the dots to scripture? And it's just like basics, you know, when we're talking about how Yahawashi looks, can you connect those dots? When we say, hey, you know, he has hair, you know, like wool, as white as snow, feet like fine brass. Do you understand that? You got to understand meanings, because the Bible is deeper than what you think it is. You know, see, Esau Edom, you know, he has brainwashed you Israelites to where you have simple ways of thinking, you know, and it's why you have to be careful of who you are listening to. But at the same time, Yahawashi Shah has to put that understanding on you. But we're living in that time now. We are in this time where if you don't know what the hell is going on, Yahawashi Shah is probably not dealing with you. He's going to put the spirit on some people at the very last minute. But if you don't know what the hell going on, he's probably not dealing with you. You got to be able to connect the dots. You know, just like, you know, GMS was talking about. I was watching a video a long time ago. They was talking about, you know, fornication. Remember how Esau was talking about, oh, yeah, fornication, you know, oh, yeah, you know, you out there, you know, getting down and stuff. Nah, that's not what it means. It's the fornication of philosophies, meaning we was over buying into Esau's ways, you know. Yeah, that's what it had meant, you know. We were brainwashed by Esau's way of doing things. And it's why scripture says in the book of Revelations to come out of her, my people, that you may not partake of her plagues. Why? Because this place is built on sin. It's built on straight wickedness. The ways of Esau is wicked. It's not, it doesn't line up with Yahawashi Shah. It is shooting down everything that Yahawashi Shah does. Esau wants to be Yahawashi Shah. He cannot be Yahawashi Shah. When Yahawashi Shah meant wickedness, he meant wickedness. And we are seeing it on a high scale. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. But it's going to come a time where people are going to keep, you know, trying to, you know, understand what's going on. And they're not going to understand. You got some people that don't care. You got some people that are really trying, but they're just not going to get it. And you have some people out there, most people, they think that they know what's going on. and they'll have a damn clue about what's going on. But speaking of that right here, it's the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Yeah, because you're going to have people over here searching for answers. They're going to be running. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to, know this. Oh, yeah, they're going to be able to run there. But see, knowledge is just going to continue to be an increase in these times, man. And Esau Edom sees that. That's why he wants to shut down social media. That's why he wants to shut down this entire internet. Because he's getting scared because his word is cutting him. Just like scripture says, this word is like a two-edged sword. It's cutting his ass up. It's cutting his ass up because Esau know he ain't shit. Esau know he going into slavery. Esau knows that. But people are going to be searching for answers. People are going to be, trying to find answers to this, that, and yeah, it's just, this word is not meant for everyone, but you 2/3, you've been in these churches so long, you're still in these churches. And you think that, oh, yeah, well, I'm saved, you over here listening to these pastors and they telling you, oh, yeah, if you just say this little prayer here, oh, yeah, God, if you just forgive me of my sins, and all this other bullshit, you're saved. Ain't nobody saved, man. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. Do thou understandeth what thou readest? Nobody is saved. Because if we were saved, we would have been beamed up. We wouldn't be out here prophesying. Nobody is saved. Nobody's going to be saved until Yahawashi comes down with the chariots and he starts beaming people up. And that's going to be during World War III. Jacob's trouble, RFID microchip, World War III. And then when the chariots come, he's going to get his elect. Because scripture even says, that Jacob's trouble is going to be a time like never before, man. And ye shall be saved out of it. Who is ye? The elect. Whoever Yahawah's elect is, you're going to be saved out of it. And Lord willing, that's why I keep on saying this. And I say this in every video that I do. Lord willing, I'm part of that grateful glorious number, because you got to be humble. Even though Yahawah gave you this knowledge and you continue to learn, y'all got to understand, he looks at everybody as dust. You are dust to Yahawah. You are just dust to him. Because he could take this knowledge from you any day. But do thou understandeth what thou readest? It's just like the book of Genesis. Where Adam and, Eve, they had ate the, fruit, from the tree of knowledge, man. And people are like, oh, yeah, Eve ate the, apple and stuff, Yeah, well, people so simple minded, it's just, with that Adam and Eve situation, it was because Yahawashi, he didn't want Adam and Eve knowing both sides because it was already perfect. They was already in a perfect state, So, people saying, oh, yeah, he ate the apple or she ate the apple, It's a bigger situation. Like I said, Adam and Eve were already in a perfect state. They messed it up because Esau Edom, that serpent came in, deceived Eve because she's the weaker vessel. And this is why we're in the predicament that we are in, on top of, going against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawashi. That's why we under these curses still. But see, this is why you have to understand what you are reading. Do thou understandeth what thou readest? When people saying Mystery Babylon is out there in the Middle East. Oh, yeah, Yahawashi is Middle Eastern. Yahawashi is not Middle Eastern. Yahawashi is a dark-skinned man. He's a Hebrew Israelite. They're talking about, oh, yeah, he has olive skin, and people don't read scripture. Got to read scripture. You got to know who Esau Edom is. Yahawashi is dealing with nations. He's not dealing with ethnicities. He's not dealing with no black, white, Asian. He deals with nations. The nation of Israel, the nation of Esau, the nation of Tarshish, which is the white Spanish, the nation of Phut, the North Africans, dealing with the nation of Ephraim. Or excuse me, he's dealing with the what's it called? The nation of what's it called? What's that nation? Gog, Magog. Yahawashi deals with nations. You got to understand what you are reading, man, because we are in that time. But, you know, call halal Yahawashi, call yourself blessed if you understand what you are reading, because more than likely, Lord willing, you know, like I said, Lord willing, you know, and the fact that we have this understanding and we're continuing to, you know, learn, Yahawashi is having mercy on us, you could possibly be part of the hopeful elect. I'm going to finish it off with John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And we feel free because we are living in that time. We live in that time where Yahawashi, he's taking the chains off of us. He took those mental chains off. He took those spiritual chains off. Now we got to physically get out of here. We are physically here still. We're still learning. We still got to push this shit on word out. And we got to continue to fight until Yahawashi comes. But we know who our enemy is. We know that Mystery Babylon is going down. We know that this system is against us. We know Esau Edom don't give a fuck about the nation of Israel. And, you know, when we woke up to this truth, you know, I know when I had woke up to this, I was real angry. I was mad angry. And as I continued to learn over time and, you know, humbly learning, you know, from, you know, other teachers, you know, that they're teaching, you know, I have a different perspective now. You know, it's like, man, like, I'm not meant to be working. I'm not meant to be, you know, doing this. You know, like, we were kings, man. Yahawashi gave us the entire earth. Just like it says in the book of Genesis, you know, that the nation of Israel is the greatest nation on the face of the earth. He gave us the whole earth, man, to enjoy. We ain't supposed to be over here working. We ain't supposed to be over here dealing with this credit system and, you know, having to, you know, pay bills and stuff. And, you know, we got to watch what we, you know, eating. And, yeah, we ain't got to, and then we got to, you know, watch out for our families, you know, because you got wicked people out there. Yeah. It's like we have to constantly, you know, just be on our toes constantly. Be on our toes, be watchful, you know, because we're in a wicked kingdom. You can't even trust your own people. We ain't supposed to be here, man. This is not our rest. This is not our rest. This is not our rest, man. But yeah, y'all, you know, I just wanted to bring this out. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse, you know, but, you know, you got to understand what you reading, you know, that's very important, you know, and we got to stay, you know, level-minded, and we got to stay close to Yahawashi because it's going to get bad out there. It's going to get mad. It's going to get really bad out here. You know, people going to lose faith. There's going to be people in this truth, Lord willing. I'm not one of them, you know, but there's going to be people in this truth. They're going to fall out, especially when this digital beast system comes. When this digital beast system gets put into place, you either got to comply or you will not. If you do not comply, you're going to catch mad hell. They're going to take you up. Yeah, you're not going to be a part of their system, and they're going to take you up. Esau Edom is going to take you. You're going to be going out there to FEMA camps, and yeah. So you got to understand what you're getting your own self into. But at the same time, like I said, we got to understand what we are reading, because these Christian pastors don't be teaching this. They don't be teaching about the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. They don't be telling people, you know, about FEMA camps, and, you know, they need to get right with Yahawashi Shah. You know, they don't be talking about, you know, nations and, you know, that the Israelites are the greatest nation. They don't teach that. They won't even say that Mystery Babylon is America. They won't even say that. They paid off 501c3. Do thou understandeth what thou readest? Yahawashi has to put the understanding on you, though. He has to. Giving all praise, Yahawashi, and I'll be coming to you guys with another audio clip soon. Peace.